This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. You're tuning into the TCSF podcast with Big Z coming straight to you from the 606 Media crib. I'm not in the studio today. It's going to be a short podcast just because I will be going to see Martin later on tonight, and the boys are off tonight. So, again, this is powered by 606 Media, your ultimate source for all things Chicago. This is episode 301. We're fired up to dive into a quick recap on what went on this weekend with Chicago sports. Remember to check out 606media.com for your ultimate source for all things Chicago. Go over there, check out the merch that we got on there, the official TCSF podcast t-shirt. We got hoodies, we got softball shirts, tank tops, all types of cool stuff on there. We also have for the love of sports merchandise line. Go ahead and check that out. And if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, give us a like and subscribe, hit that bell button so that way you know when we are live and in your TV, phone. You can do Alexa. You can do all types of cool stuff and have us right at your listening pleasure. So let's strap in and get into it. What happened this weekend? Let's start off with the White Sox. Had a pretty good weekend, taking 2 out of 3 from the Athletics. Obviously, we've seen how anemic the White Sox offense can be. They had a rough time at home. But let's go game by game. Game by game. Game one, win 9-2. 9 runs by the White Sox, 15 hits. Murakami with a grand slam. Davis Martin with 7 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed. That is a dominant win, and that's the type of stuff that you want. Offense and pitching clicking together. Doesn't happen very often for the White Sox, but it did in game one. Game two, they lost in extra innings. They had a lead. They blew it up, lost it. The bullpen couldn't hold it late, and they got walked off in extras. That slipped away. I mean, those are the games that are going to hurt you later on once you start competing, right? But they're not competing right now, so these are learning lessons, especially being in April. If this starts happening in May, June, July, August, going on to the rest of the season, now we got problems. This should not be something that should linger on. This should be learning lessons, so that way this doesn't happen to as these young bucks, young kids are going through the growing pains of being a major leaguer. So that one slipped away. Game 3, a win 7-4, 4 home runs as a team. Murakami and Vargas both went deep. Noah Schultz bounces back from his debut, which was at home. Felt like he was a little nervous, missing his spots. He gave up 1 hit on 6 Ks and 5 innings pitched. His first major league win. That's power and pitching. Again, this is what the White Sox are. They're going to have dynamic pitching with the rest of the guys that are going to be coming up, and then lots of power. The thing is that we need to manufacture guys on base and push them over as well. So we need some more fundamentals out there. So again, Murakami, it's a grand slam game 1, couple home runs in game 2, game 2 and 3. Series changing bat. He hit that shot over the batter's eye. He is 3rd in Major League of home runs in the AL. This guy is going to hit possibly 30 home runs. I had him, pegged for 25 and above. But if he keeps up at this clip, it's going to be a lot more. Lot more. Again, Vargas had a key home run in game 3. He's been a consistent production for the White Sox. I still am not a huge Miguel Vargas believer, but it's his position to lose. If they draft Cholosky later on in the draft this summer, and he's brought up next year, you're looking at Colson Montgomery probably moving to 3rd and Cholosky at shortstop or vice versa. So Vargas may not be the long-term fix at 3rd. Maybe he gets moved to 1st. Murakami and him, switch on being a DH and so forth. So the White Sox have a lot of pieces that are going to be able to move, and it's up to these guys to solidify their position on the field and at the plate. The pitching impact for the wins, you had Davis Martin getting setting the tone. Noah Schultz bouncing back. Obviously going to be a future ace for the White Sox. Again, these White Sox pitchers have to start eating more than 5 innings. In my opinion, you need to get into the 6th at minimum. And that way the seventh, eighth, and ninth is kind of secure on what you're doing and everyone has their roles. I am not a big fan of 5 innings from your starting pitcher. I want them going a lot deeper. It's early. He's a rookie, and obviously we don't want to mess up his arm. But again, 22 runs in 3 games, multiple home run games, multi-homer games. I'm sorry. Pitching was strong in both wins. Bullpen let the one slip. It's okay. They'll be moving on to Arizona in the next series starting tomorrow. A complete series win, power pitching, timely hitting. If the White Sox can just bottle this up and get this going, moving forward, it'll be an awesome, awesome season. So hopefully this is of what should be coming soon, right? Let's switch over to the north side with the Chicago Cubs, who beat up on the Mets, swept them 3-0. Game by game, game one was a 5-2 win. Seiya Suzuki went 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 ribbies. Imanaga has 6-inning pitched, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. That is what I'm looking for. 6 and above, 6 and above, 6 and above. So that way your bullpen's getting taxed in April. You only give up 2 earned runs, which is phenomenal, and 7 Ks. This is what we want from Imanaga for the Cubs. That's a very good formula, right? Starting pitching and a long ball, right? Game 2 was a win of 3-1. Christopher Morel. Jesus, why would I say Christopher Morel? Oh my God. Game 2 was another win. Nothing flashy, right? And then game 3 was a walk-off. You had PCA with his defense running, doing everything that he can do to make sure that he can get a win. His bat is not there yet. You had Horner doing well. Again, the Cubs with this payroll should be hitting better. I understand you've got multiple pitchers on starting and in the bullpen out. And it's kind of like, let's piece this together right now. And it's a problem. It's a problem for the Chicago Cubs because you don't know what Steele is going to be when he comes back. We have a lot of uncertainties in the bullpen. Just to bring up, I'm bringing up the games from the other day right now. So there we go. 12-4 was the first game. Bats came alive. Great time. Game number 2 was 4-2. Game number 3 was a 2-1 walk-off, right? So you're looking at the Cubs being able to put the bat in play, big runs, a normal game, which is a 4-2 game, and then they squeak by with a 2-1 walk-off victory. The series before that, they took it to the Phillies, 10-4, 11-2, and they lost 7-13 for the opener. Now the Phillies come into town tonight, 6:40. Schwarber comes back to Wrigley Field. He loves murdering the Cubs pitching. Stay away from that guy. Pitch him outside. Pitch him away. If you have to give him a base, give him a base. You do not want Kyle Schwarber killing this momentum that the Cubs have. I believe they've won 5 straight at this point. Looks really good. Keep this momentum going. Again, we're playing a brutal part of the schedule. You got the Phillies, then they go on the West Coast against the Dodgers and the Padres, and home against the Diamondbacks. This is going to be a very brutal part of the schedule to finish the month of April. Again, last April, they did very well with a very brutal schedule, starting with the Dodgers and so forth, and they were able to come up on top. Right now, the Cubs stand at 12-9. The National League Central is the most competitive league right now. Everyone is above 500. No other, not out of the West, not in the East, not in the American League, I believe, not everybody's over 500. So it's going to be competitive for the NL Central. The Reds are surprisingly 14-8, Cardinals 13-8, Pirates 13-9, Cubs 12-9, Brewers 12-9. This is going to be a great race. We'll see who can stand the rest of the way. So it's going to be fun baseball on the north side. Just give them some time to get healthy, those pitchers, or if they make some deals. We'll see what they do. We're just hoping that the Cubs can put it together against these high payroll teams that are higher than them and put offensive production and get this pitching going. You don't want a bullpen game. You don't want to tax your bullpen. It's already been taxed. And you never know if you're going to have 12 runs. And you don't expect that. I'm expecting 4 to 5 runs from the Cubs tonight. Hopefully we get a dub. Fly that W, right? All right, switching to what the Bulls are doing. The Bulls are in their search for GMs. Um, they have to do it sooner than later. Obviously, they've gotten some okays from other organizations to uh, interview GMs or player personnel people, but you're looking at some names. This is according to Shams. They're looking at Matt Lloyd from Minnesota, Detroit's Dennis Lindsey, Atlanta's Bryson Graham, Cleveland's Mike Gainsley, and San Antonio's Dave Telp. Uh, a lot of names, right? These are guys that are in winning organizations. I don't know about Atlanta, but Detroit's winning organization, Minnesota's winning organization. Cleveland has turned it around. San Antonio would be a good one, I would say, just because what they've done with Wembley and the cast that they have there. They'll be in contention for a title this year. We also have to wait what happened with Billy Donovan. Billy said, "Give me the weekend. We'll see what the Bulls and Billy come to. What kind of agreement is he going to be coming back, or is he going to step away? If he comes back, now the GM and president of basketball operations has to deal with an in-place coach, and that usually doesn't fare well. And maybe Billy's on one more year, right? Um, I know Donovan agreed to a multi-year contract extension after last season, but it was never disclosed for how long. So we shall see what's going on with the Bulls. As it breaks, we'll bring it to you. And it's going to be the saga. Right now, I don't have much faith in what the Bulls are doing. Obviously, they got rid of the GM and the president of operations, but it's an organizational thing. Like, do you have the right scouts in place? Do you have a good R&D, research and development division? Like this, you have to put money into developing and to scouting all over the world, and stop doing quick fixes or these projects, right? The Patrick Williams, DFA that man already. DFA that man. Okay, so that is it for the Bulls right there. And then lastly, before I get out of here, WrestleMania week was amazing. If you enjoyed the matches, right? There was way more commercials, way more longer entrances than there was matches. The amount of TKO advertisement for everything from the tables to the jumbotron and the side of the rings and the ring pillars and everything has advertisement, and it's a big turnoff. It's a big turnoff if you're paying for a service, which is if now it's on ESPN Plus or whatever, and there's commercials. No, back in the day it was pay-per-view. There was in commercial between matches, like, hey, welcome to us, get a Slim Jim and whatever. But the amount of advertisement, I mean, pretty soon you're going to see advertisement on the trunks of the wrestlers. Like, what are we doing here? TKO, I know you're not that broke. The amount of money that people paid to go to WrestleMania for 2 separate days, or if you went both days, or if you went for 4 days, right? SmackDown, 2 WrestleManias, and then Raw, which is today. They're shelling out thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Plus, if they're buying merch and food and all, it's ridiculous. They're just money hungry. And that's probably one thing that I did admire about Vince. He wasn't, I didn't want to put a sticker on everything. Matt was clean all the time. Now, people paid to put their name on the mat. So if you go back and watch it, like the outer perimeter of the mat had people that paid for it. Who knows how much that was? I didn't even look at it. I was like, I know I'm a wrestling fan, but that is not that the deal. Big news from WrestleMania. And spoiler alert, spoiler alert. So if you have not seen WrestleMania and don't know what's going on, maybe you want to pause it right here. Night one, you had Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. That match was like 9-10 minutes. I thought it was a quick match. Definitely was one of the things I wanted to watch. And it was a good match back and forth for a little bit. Obafemi had a quick start. Then Brock got back to him. And Obafemi literally put him down, pinned him clean. And the surprising part of it was that Brock took off his gloves and his boots and left them there. From all the dirt sheets are saying is that was not planned. And we're still waiting to hear if that is going to be it for Brock Lesnar, or if you probably have Gunther trying to bring him out of retirement to retire him. Because right now, Gunther's the guy to retire all the old wrestlers. So Cena's gone, Brock's gone, Batista's gone. That's from that OVW class. AJ just retired. Randy Orton's the last Mohican out of that class, that area right there. So from the OVW, but lots to digest with WrestleMania. The other pretty good match that I enjoyed was the CM Punk Roman Reigns. That one went on uh, for a good while, inside, outside the ring. That was straight up punches. They really don't like each other. Uh, Blood, sweat, tears, all types of stuff. Lots of crap talking in the ring that the mics picked up. It was phenomenal. It was a great match. Definitely one I'm going to rewatch probably tomorrow. I just watched the Oba Femi Brock Lesnar, but I'll watch the other one. Um, but other than that, it was very lackluster. Most of these matches were under 9 to 10 minutes, and it was disappointing when there's more time dedicated to advertisement, more time dedicated to the entrances. I know it's a long ramp, but at the same time, man, people pay to see wrestling, especially at that event where you're paying top dollar. If you're at home, you're like, this is ridiculous. 10 minutes of commercial, 9 minute match. It's I don't know what they're doing. I do not like it. Hopefully that changes soon, as uh people need to speak up, right? The WWE universe needs to speak up on that. So definitely give it a watch. You can fast forward to some of these matches. The Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, that was another good match on night one. Um, Cody ends up taking that, retaining his belt. It was a pretty decent match. I don't like Pat McAfee getting part of the interference there. I didn't need it. It was a built-in story. You didn't need Pat McAfee at all in his story. You didn't need Jelly Roll to interfere as well. It was stupid. But when it was just them two, it was a really good match, really good story. And then at the end, Cody did not protect his face. He got the punt from Randy Orton and literally shut his eye closed. So all in all, I'll probably give this WrestleMania probably a 4.5, 5 out of 10. Um, it's just too much commercials, too much advertisement, too much downtime, and not enough wrestling. So that is it for today. Again, this is just a quick jump in, jump out. I'll be going to Estrella Negra for Martin and Hooter, who are doing a comedy, their 420 special at Estrella Negra. If you didn't get your ticket, you're out of luck because it's sold out. So I will be doing that. And if anything breaks with the Bulls or any Bears news, as the draft is coming up very soon, we'll bring it here on True Chicago Sports Fans. So for a quick recap of what we did, I am Big Z, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting us. 301 episodes. It's going great. Thank you so much. You can check us out on social media, True Chicago Sports Fans at gmail.com, and then all of our socials are down there. Boop, boop, boop. All right. So I'm Big Z. We'll see you next time for episode 302. And until then, be good to each other for the love of sports.